What's up, my dudes? Welcome to episode 2. I was supposed to have done this episode last Friday and brought you guys along with me to check ins, my workout, grocery shopping, etc. But the Olympia happened, and as soon as prejudging started on Friday, I was laser focused because they were basically deciding the direction that figure was going to be going since Sydney retired. So I was all in, I was locked. Did not go to bed till 2 a.m. after being up for 21 hours. It was the worst idea of my entire life. But we're here now. I'm on my way to the gym to train. It's too early in the morning, but I've got some appointments later today that I need to get this done for. So we're just gonna make it happen. I've got my pre-workout Pop-Tart with me, my pump juice, and we're just gonna give it a go. So when your age starts with a 3, you have to really warm up. So I spend the first 10 minutes getting everything primed, but I focus especially on hamstrings because I've strained my left one twice, and I'm trying to prevent that from ever happening again. So I am supposed to do lying leg curl. I switched to seated because honestly I feel it better in my hamstrings, and I feel like I may have been overextending in lying leg curl, and that added to my problem straining it. So seated leg curl for me. I'll do 4 sets here. Possible drop set on my last set. It just depends on how I'm feeling. And then we will move on. The last set, I decided not to do a drop set, only because I did one last week when y'all were really supposed to be here with me to help me get ready to go up and weight for this week. So I kind of alternate it. So I'll do a straight set today, and then I should be able to do the same number plus a drop set next week to prime me to go up and weight in 2 weeks. Long explanation for that, I'm sorry. But we'll just knock this 10 out here, and then go smash some glutes. Yeah, spicy. On to the next. Okay, next, the thrust. This is probably my most favorite hip thrust piece. We tried it at Madhouse in Atlanta, and as soon as I did my first set, I looked at Austin and I said, we have to have this for the gym. And so we got it. I also like to do a warm-up set on these, only because hamstrings and quads can take over on this movement, and for someone who's never had any glutes in her life, I want to make sure that I'm hitting what I'm supposed to be hitting. So I do a light warm-up set to really get the glutes feeling it, and then honestly, I don't even go up much in weight because again, I want the glutes to be handling the movement, not my quads and hamstrings. Alright, so I'll do 4 sets over here, going up in weight every time. And then I'll see y'all for lunges, my least favorite. Alright, so next is the lunges. I was really hoping Ryan would take them away from me, and he was like, "Joke's on you." So, luckily, this one's only 3 sets. I say luckily, it still sucks. 3 sets walking, and then I'll just have one more exercise after this. But, gotta get mentally amped for these. Okay, finished lunges. Had a nice little break in between because I had to go spot somebody on bench. Love when gym members think I'm strong enough to save their lives. But last exercise is dumbbell stiff leg deads, which I do a modified version because, again, my hamstring strain. I think, I don't really know if it's the overextension, but basically keeping it straight and locked out, I think is what is part of the problem. So I do a slight bend, not as much as a Romanian deadlift would have, but just enough to where it's, I guess you wouldn't consider it a straight leg anymore. But I still feel it. I really feel it in my tines. So, and this is one of those where I also don't go super heavy on because I want to make sure I'm feeling it where I'm supposed to. I don't injure or re-aggravate my hamstring. And sometimes in the like bent over position, I have a hernia. That's the story for another time on how I got it. But I have a hernia, so I want to make sure that I'm being cautious of my form, and I'll put a belt on. So we have 4 sets of these. I'll go up in weight every set, and then I'll be done with the workout. I'll just have some cardio at the end, and then we will call this a day. Okay, workout complete. My glutes tines are screaming at me. Um, I do still have cardio in my off season. Y'all are just going to deal with my fingers in the way. I still have cardio in my off season. I actually kind of like it. Makes me feel like I'm doing something. Um, so I do 20 minutes post workout 3 times a week, and then I have one day of just cardio, fasted cardio. Well, I guess I don't have to do it fasted, but I prefer fasted. So I'll do 10 minutes on the Stairmaster, and then I'll do 10 minutes on the treadmill at an incline. And that'll be the end of my whole workout. Make sure this mic works because one needs to be charged. But currently on the way to Nashville/Murfreesboro because I am a girl. And all girls know once you find the perfect hairstylist, you do not change. So I've been going to Amber since 2019 when I was living in Murfreesboro. I've literally followed her to 3 different salons. She's worked at 4, but when I first started with her, she was obviously at the first one. So I followed her to 3 salons, and I still go to her even though I live in Chattanooga now. Because she's my girl, and she knows exactly what I want. And sometimes she knows what I want, and I don't even know what I want. So we love her for that. And then I'm going to get my nails done at Cured in Nashville, the best nail salon I've ever been to in my life. I started going there in 2020 because it was recommended to me by my sister-in-law, and I literally go back every time now, especially if I have a big event coming up. So like photos, they've done all my nails for my bodybuilding shows. So shout out to Cured because the ladies there always know when I'm in prep. And they always ask me how I'm doing, what my show's looking like. They're true ones over there, all the girlies. So I was supposed to go to a wedding this weekend, and I'm so devastated that I'm not going to be able to make it. But I still, well, one, I need to get my hair done, but two, I wanted to do something nice for myself and still get my nails done because they really freaking need it. So, little mini road trip, always worth the drive though. I will see you guys when we get to Nashville. Anybody else find it irritating that you have to film it horizontally to put it on YouTube, but it's better to film vertically to make it into a reel for Instagram? It's already enough work trying to film a YouTube, and then I gotta put in double the work to make a reel. I'm convinced you have either one of two brains. Either you're like me, who remembers like artsy fartsy stuff. I can sing almost any song that I like, even if it's from the early 2000s. That's showing my age. But now, ask me to remember something from math class in high school. Nothing. We were watching The Devil's Plan on Netflix. Really good show. It's a Korean game show, but it's like for smart people. It's crazy how they can get these puzzles. But I'm going off on tangent. And one of their clues was something about the Pythagorean theorem. Now, if you would have just asked me off the street, Sam, what is the Pythagorean theorem? I would have looked at you and been like, do I look like I'm in high school? I don't know. Now, my husband, on the other hand, this is the other kind of brain. He's so smart. So freaking smart. He is a mechanical engineer, so you know he got the brains. Valedictorian in high school, which I know means nothing now because we're old, but so book smart. He could be in The Devil's Plan and compete in that show. He got the brain power for that. He thinks like them. Ask him to name a song. He got nothing. He doesn't know who sings it, doesn't know the name of it, knows maybe 3 words out of the whole 3-minute song. Which I love him anyway, but that's where my strength makes up for his weakness and vice versa. But I swear, you either have one or the other. And if you have both, I don't believe you. So I forgot to tell you I was walking into Cured, the nail salon, because I literally had 2 pee my pants. So it's going to be a little out of order on this video, but come with me inside. And I'm not showing you the end because no free feet. So I'm at my hair appointment early. We have a real treat today, beef and broccoli. I could have stopped and heated it up. I have the time, but honestly, I didn't feel like stopping, so I'm just going to eat it cold. And honestly, after you get used to eating cold chicken and green beans so long, this is like dessert. Much better. I'm trying to be good in my off season. Normally, I wouldn't pack my food. I would just grab like a protein bar or something. while I'm out. I probably take the idea of balance a little too extreme in my off season. But honestly, at the end of the day, this is not like bodybuilding is not my job. It's a hobby. So if I want to eat an extra cookie or have an extra couple of drinks with my husband, like I'm gonna do it. But on the flip side of that, Ryan wised up this year. He got smart. He knew Sam was being crazy in her off season. Especially last year was my worst reverse to date, but I was dealing with a lot of other things at the time that led me to like excess drinking and eating. But this year he's got me doing check-ins every week, which normally we only do in prep. And so now I like can't be eating like a butthole on Thursdays, especially because my check-ins are Friday mornings. So he got smart. He's keeping me tight and tip-top shape this off season. So I'm being better. I brought 2 meals. I'll eat this one now, and then I'll probably eat my other one after my hair appointment on the way back to Chattanooga. And then I'll still have 2 more meals to eat. And rice cakes. I didn't eat my rice cakes after my workout this morning. Who would have thought that you'd be complaining about having to eat all these freaking meals in off season? So it's funny, earlier in this video, I was saying how Amber sometimes knows what I want when I don't even know what I want. She nailed it. I was so torn between cutting my hair and keeping it long. And she was like, well, okay, I have an idea that I want to do for you. And I was like, okay, yes. She was like, 90s Topanga, kind of like Rachel from Friends. And I was like, okay, yes. I was like, just do it. Because I loved the way it looked. I was like, I'm going to have to really learn how to style it, but just do it. Let's get it going. Of course, my hair being my hair is stupid, and it didn't style exactly how she wanted, but it's still freaking cute with the wind-blown air conditioning. She's short now. Sorry, the steering wheel's in the way, but y'all get the gist. We went a little darker because I feel like I was still a little too blonde after it faded out, so. New hair who dis. Now I'm on my way back to Chattanooga. I will be doing nothing for the rest of the day. So I know my girlies will get this. Are you ever driving on the highway and you pass like a cardboard box or a van tucked way up on the other side of the street, and your first thought is, oh yeah, no, somebody's getting murdered? I think that all the time now. As my husband would say, I've watched one too many crime documentaries. But you know what I say to that? You can never be too careful, or too prepared, okay? I'm doing research. That's what it is. I gotta know how these people be thinking. Alright, y'all, we are officially back in Chattanooga. My trip is done for the day. Thank you for coming along with me. Hopefully it was better than the first video. I don't know what people want to see, what is too much rambling, what people don't want to see. So here's to episode 2.